Good evening and welcome to Prime of Midlife. This evening we are dehydrating onions. I have too many, they're starting to get squishy, so we're going to dehydrate them. First time I've dehydrated anything in a while. So as you can see, we have the food processor. Now I said to someone before, I had never realised how this worked with the grating blade or the slicing blade, so I thought I'll just take it apart. So as you would normally do, you put the wee sticky up thing in the middle, then you put on the container, and then your blade, if you want to grate, you put the graty bits down, graty bits up. I want to slice, so I want the sliced bit up. So we're going to and you just pop it on and make sure that it's locked in. Then you put the lid on, pop it into place. Then depending on the size of the onions, either quarter or half them. And I completely forgot the sticky down thing. Hang on a second. Cannot believe I forgot that. Always use the pushy down thing. Do not use a knife, do not use a stick, do not use a wooden spoon. Do not use anything apart from the pushy down thing, because otherwise you get bits of stuff in your food or you hurt yourself. Right, so there we go. That's a whole onion. That's a whole onion sliced. What's not to like? Now, I did originally start slicing my onions for dehydrating by hand so that they were all roughly the same size, etc, etc. Or you could use a mandolin. However, because, oh, okay, that one's gone. Because I normally use my sliced onions for stews, soups, etc, it doesn't particularly matter what they look like. It's another one gone. There we go. And that's how quick it is to slice onions for the dehydrating. Take the slicey thing off, watching your fingers when you peel these little bits out, and just not arguing with them really. Oh goodness, the smell of that is strong. My eyes are not a happy bunny. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take a tray from our dehydrator. Now this is how it came to me, and I got some silicone mats, cut them to size so that I can put smaller things on, and then we just unclip and basically pour it on the mat and spread it out. Now I did use it, another reason why I used to try and slice them all really nicely is because I was like, oh, I need to spread them out in single layers. Oh my goodness, the strength of these onions. Oh my goodness gracious me. Whew. But yeah, because things shrink when they're going to get dehydrated, I just put them on like that, put them up high, let them shrink down a bit, and then start moving them about. Whew, I'm going to go and put this one in the dehydrator now because, oh my goodness, I cannot see a thing. So, that's tray one. We will be doing the rest of the onions. We will be having a break in between times. But yeah, that's how I dehydrate onions. I will save this video until they come out so you can see them once they're out, so that'll be a few days. Or possibly tomorrow night, depending on how much gets done tonight, how long they're in for and how dry they get. But you definitely want them to be proper dry so that they're not going to get mouldy or anything when they are in the jar. So, more onions to get sliced, but you know, I have to say, compared to how I used to do it by hand slicing onions, I did not realise why people had food processors. I'm like, how big a difference can it make when you're prepping it makes a huge difference. So yeah, off to go and do some more onions. See you on the other side. Here we are back with the finished article. Now, onions can sometimes, if you cut them differently or don't cut them the right bit, you'll find some don't dry out as much as you want. Now, this one was the first one I pulled out. Don't know if you can see that. It's just got that bit of a glisten, and as you can see, it's bendy. So that is not any good to us. What you want is this. You want that crispness, because that means that all the moisture's gone. And what we're going to do is we're just going to push in those edges there. See, now I looked at that one because as you can see it's a bit of a brown colour. It's snapping, so we're all good. And we're going to put this in an airtight jar. And then keep it in a nice dark cool place. My dehydrator had 6 layers. As you can see, I'm just any of the bigger bits. Yep, there's another one. It's just bendy, so that means it's got too much moisture in it. But the rest are all good, apart from that one. So we'll just, again, pop them in the jar. As I say, the greatest thing about this was the fact that these were all sliced in the food processor. So that just saved me so much time. These have been in the dehydrator for probably about, I think it was 4 hours at 65 and then 8 hours at 55. Just to make sure. That one's a bit bendy. Yep, we're all good. So that's how long it's taken. But this is like 2 packets of onions. So rather than them go to waste, we are going to be saving them. See, and because they're so dry, you can squish them down. So there you go. Easy peasy dehydrated onions.